on our southern border. And Congresswoman Debbie Lesko is in the center ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome to the Conservative Circus with James T. Harris.
We've been talking about it all day, the fact that we have millions of people coming across the border, and now we're finding that we have illegal alien welcome centers in the valley. Also, we're also hearing that there's some have popped up or in Tucson as well.
Yeah, we're verifying reports, but we've got people hitting us up on the talkback mic on the iHeartRadio app saying that there's the same type of situation that's happening at the Ann Ott School here in Phoenix by the airport, happening in Tucson as well. Also getting unconfirmed reports with the centers in Mesa as well.
So this is going on. Meanwhile, we have Republicans that are going down to the border to highlight what is happening with this invasion in the center ring of the Conservative Circus. We have Congresswoman Debbie Lesko. And Congresswoman, a group of your colleagues visited the border yesterday to raise awareness about the situation, and that's good. But those of us who have known for a while that the situation is out of control are really concerned that Republicans are going to cave to the Biden administration and send more money to secure the border. Is that going to happen?
Well, I certainly hope not. We'll see. We have, there are calls from Republicans to not do government funding unless we have border policy changes. Because, like you said, what's happening at the southern border is just beyond crazy. We had about 9 million border crossings since Biden took office. And just last month, as you know, it was a record of 300,000 border crossings in the month of December in the southern border compared to under Trump in December of 2020, which was just 3 years ago, 74,000 border crossings. So it's definitely Biden's policies that have done this, and Republicans are determined to try to change those policies.
Well, I believe that the not sending any money or allocating any money to help on the border is to me just a no-brainer. But to what you said before, are the calls getting louder to not conduct any government business until the government does what it's supposed to do, follow the law, and secure the border? I mean, what are Republicans going to do to bring a stop to this?
Well, I'm going to advocate myself for not funding anything till we get some border security policies. And so that's going to be my push. Now, whether the Speaker Johnson is going to hold out on that, he's been very strong on border security policies and decreasing the amount of government spending since we're $34 trillion in debt right now. So when we go back in the House, we go back next Tuesday, so the 9th. So we have till January 19th to pass some budget bills. Otherwise, part of the government is going to be shut down. And so Republicans like myself want to see border security as part of the package. Now, the Senate is negotiating this, and so we'll see what comes out of the Senate. But in the House, we already did our job. We passed H.R. 2, House Resolution 2, back in May of this year to enact border policy changes, like remain in Mexico, reinstate that, start building the wall again, and increase the standards for asylum claims. So the House has already passed this. Schumer over in the Senate won't hear the bill. He says he's adamantly opposed to it. Biden says he's adamantly opposed to it. But we're going to keep fighting. So we'll see what happens. But I'm glad that Speaker Johnson took a bunch of, it was like 64 Congress members down to the border to see what was going on. I myself have been to the border several times. I'm going back again this spring. I'm taking a big part of my staff so they can see it in person. And Tucson is the worst in the country. The Tucson border sector, it's like has the most number of people coming over in the whole country.
We have Congresswoman Debbie Lesko in the center ring. We were just talking about a illegal alien welcome center that's been set up not only here, but we're also hearing in Tucson. We have to verify that. But if that is true, and it's being documented, they're bringing in illegals, sending buses to Sky Harbor Airport on the top of the hour, at least 1 or 2 buses, and where these people get transported around the country. Is that an operation that will be happening under Homeland Security, under Secretary Mayorkas?
You know, I'll have to investigate that, but it sure wouldn't surprise me because we've been funding these nonprofits the government is funding nonprofits that help incentivize more illegal immigrants to come here because, as you know, we're giving them free housing. We're transporting them all over the country, and taxpayers are funding this. And so it's the policies that President Biden and a majority of the Democrats in Congress support. They want more illegal immigrants to cross the border. They want to give them legal status, and they want to help them as much as they can. As you know, in Katie Hobbs, the Democrat governor here, and the Democrat governor up in New York, they're complaining about it, but what are they complaining about? They want more money to house these people, to process these people. They want more money from the federal government. It doesn't appear that they want to change the policies at the border itself to stop all these people from coming. And it's the policies that are incentivizing all of these people to come. We have to change the policies that Biden has put in place because it's a dramatic difference. It's a national security threat.
It's a national security threat, Congresswoman, and I don't want to seem over the top here, but nobody in America voted for this. The Biden administration was not honest about this. I think they're just carrying on from what the Obama administration started. And so what we're watching here is an invasion. What we're watching here is a taxpayer-funded transfer of people from third world countries around the world to America. And I think the American people are saying, you know, what is going to happen? We have people trying to take former President Trump off of the ballot for insurrection. What we have right here under Mayorkas and the Biden administration is treason. When will they be held responsible for that?
Well, I've signed on to legislation that would impeach Mayorkas, and the Committee on Homeland Security in the House is my understanding that this coming week are going to start proceedings in the committee to impeach Secretary of Homeland Security Mayorkas. But quite frankly, whatever we do, people have to realize that elections have consequences, and President Biden and a vast majority of all the Democrats in Congress support border policies. The only thing, when they say border security or we need to change the border, they're talking about processing more illegal immigrants to come in. That's what they think border security is. Whereas Republicans think, no, we need to stop this inflow of illegal immigration. We already have legal immigration, more so than any other country in the world. So Republicans support legal immigration, but not this mass illegal immigration. And I don't think it's going to stop. We can pass all kinds of bills we want in the House, but unless the Senate and the president go along with it, it's not going to change until we force it to change with maybe a funding bill or we get a new president. That is ultimately what we have to do.
I believe we change it, of course, by getting a new president. I believe you're right. Elections do have consequences, especially if we have stolen elections. But Congresswoman, I think the only way we get this done is if Congress has to cut off the funds. We have to shut everything down. Why are we paying for anything when this is going on our southern border? I thank you so much for your time today.